Hi guys, so as you can recall, if you've seen my last video, if you haven't, I really recommend you watch it because I'll be referring to it quite a lot. But I did a bullet journal 2018 flip through and a 2019 setup, and then I realized while the Muji notebooks are really great, they are very, very thin, and while I like them for them being thin, I just felt like I wanted my entire year to be encapsulated in either one or two notebooks, so that was just a little bit too thin for me, and I went out and got myself a bullet journal. Now this one I found on Shopee for $8. I think it's definitely worth $8, but I really don't like the sellers. I think the service was very poor, so I don't know if I recommend it, but today I'm gonna be showing you all my new 2019 setup because I did change a couple of things and I want to walk you through like how to set up a bullet journal. In case you're wondering why I keep like looking up, it's because I have a top view camera here right now. Ooh, you see it? Okay, I thought it would be fun if we have like a top camera and also one up here. You won't be seeing much of my face from now on, I promise. And we're just gonna jump into this notebook situation right here. As you can tell, this bullet journal is in a deeper kind of muted red, but I really do like it. I'm gonna assume that you know like the basics of bullet journaling, but you're still a beginner because that's what I am, so I'm just gonna go through like my different symbols. I didn't copy this from any specific person, but there are some that are just like classic, everyone uses them. So this is a task, it's just a box. Sometimes I can't complete all of my tasks in a day, so I, indicate like started, at least I try. And then completed, cancelled. This cancel is something that I wanted to try instead of striking it out, but I realized striking it out is a lot clearer to me that it's been cancelled, so I'm just doing strikeouts now. Event, this is something that I have to schedule. Migrated basically means I can't finish it today, I have to do it tomorrow, and this is something that I use pretty much all the time. This is future logged, so I want to do it, but I'm in no rush to do it, so I'm just kind of like putting it back into the future log, and I'm gonna explain to you what the future log is later. The star is a priority, a dash is for note, idea, something to research on and to like find out more about, and then this is a very specific one that I have, which is to film. So yeah, that's my key, and this is my index for now. And it's funny because all of my setups are pretty like beefy, so we've already gone through one and I'm planning to have 4 different columns, the title here and then page numbers here. So this one, I actually got the idea from Amanda Rach Lee. She's like the biggest like bullet journaling kind of guru, you know what I mean? And she did this thing which is actually really, really helpful. It's a grid spacing kind of cheat sheet, and she puts it on the left side so that you can refer. And I find that infinitely helpful. Right here, I have it pretty neat. I did it a little bit differently from her just because I do what fits me the best. So I wrote down my center, and she doesn't like to use rulers. She has a right to be very proud of the fact that she can draw straight lines without rulers, but I cannot take the risk. Like sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. So I wanted to indicate like at which length specifically my ruler hits the center mark. So in the center it's 5.75 and then 9.5, and then I also have halves, thirds and quarters. I also have one specifically for headers in case I need just a specific space. And then I also write at the side here, as you can tell, how many squares each one takes up. And then this is my 2019 overview. I actually made a mistake writing this and I didn't like it. So what I did was use one of those hole punches thing. I should show it to you the next month that we do this thing because I really like this like vintage typewriter pressy thing. I got it in primary school and then I just like kept it around because I thought it was cute, and finally it's being put to good use now. And then I just kind of drew at the corners with a black marker the sides, the banner thing, and then I outlined it in white. These are my goals. I'm not gonna go too far into my specific goals, but if you look here, I have them split up into body, mind, lifestyle, money, work, and stuff that I want to do next year. So this is like almost like a future log for my goals next year. I don't really see much of these like little dot things, and I'm pretty sure I thought of this myself, but if someone else did it, that's really great because I find it so great to come in every month and check in on whether I'm actually achieving my goals, because sometimes you can just set goals at the start of the year and not keep track of them at all. So that's something that I wanted to do, stuff like passion projects and stuff. If there are 4 dots here, it means I want to do it quarterly. If there are 12 dots, it means I want to do it once at least a month. or maybe something like this, like work out 2 times a week. So if I do it enough times out of 4 weeks in a month, I do work out 2 times a week for 2 weeks, and then I can kind of color it in and be like, okay, I tried, you know. So I don't feel this crazy need to match up to my impossible standards, but as long as I cover the majority of it, I'm like, okay, great. So that is my goals. And in terms of design, I just kind of, you know, just drew a quick, I don't know what I was doing lah. Honestly, most of these just came out of accidents, to be honest, and I just like slowly added them over. I started out as a very plain like black and white system. So this one, I basically wrote like Jan, Feb, like the same way that I did for my first setup, and then I think I screw up on like a couple of strokes, and then I was very upset because I was like, it's a new journal and I already screwed it up. So I ended up like just taking an envelope and just cutting it, you know, and tearing off the sides to give it a bit more texture. And then I actually found these specific numbers from another bullet journaler. I'm gonna list her name, and I just kind of copied the way she did the numbers because I thought they were so beautiful. And then I just filled in my own like floral designs, and I looked at Pinterest, you know, I just looked at botanical line drawings, and then I just like agala. I think people like to call this a future log, but for me I just like to say like this but in a note-taking format so that I can, you know, start doing stuff, you know, plan out different people's birthdays, different events, where I want to go, etc. These 2 pages are meant to be boring. This is my growth tracker and this is my content analytics. Now, if you're not a content creator, if you're not a freelancer, if you're not a YouTuber, this makes completely no sense to you. There's no need to write this in. I never used to be bothered with followers until I realized, oh shit, this is my full-time job. So I really need to plan out like my different platforms, the growth and everything, and even my earnings, which I'm blocking out here, so I mean, you know. And here is my invoice tracker. Once again, I'm gonna have to block this shit out, sis. Payments that need to be in. So I have 2 little boxes here. One is for whether I've already delivered. So if I've already served up the content, I'll be like, yes, done, you know. So the second one is for payments that have already been made, so like payments that I've already received. And then we have the amount, we have the date, we have the brand, and we have the type of content that's produced. Similarly to the invoice tracker, I also have the parcel tracker to track, you know, when stuff is coming in, whether I've received them or not. And here we have expenses. Because this is the first month, I haven't actually tallied my expenses yet. I use this app called Wally. It tracks my spending on the go with my phone, so I don't have to like worry about writing everything down at the end of the day. And then at the end of each month, I kind of go in. So this is general, this is like personal stuff, this is for the house, this is for food and drinks, transport, fun stuff like clothes and all of that, and like experiences. And then I tally it up all here. And then right here we have my wish list. I don't have a lot of things to want for, except for like just very basic things like LASIK. I don't want to keep wearing my contact lenses, and stuff to be able to produce better content with, so like the Handycam and the iPad, because I really want to like draw and Procreate. So that's literally the only reason why I want an iPad. This is my personal finances. A lot of this is about like financial tracking, because I really have to be very careful as a freelance kind of person, someone that's fully supporting myself and that has a relatively big expense. I just need to be able to make sure that I can afford everything that I want, or that I'm buying, or that I'm paying for. And so this is just like my different bank accounts, and then like, you know, numbers and all of that. This is my mood board, and this is my on my radar. So I kind of switched them out. I did them a little bit differently so that I can read them better. Photography, creators, style, and videos. So just basically stuff that people that I really like, that I want to like pay attention to, I want to support. These are people here. These are books that are like on my reading list, stuff that I want to read, and then films that I kind of want to watch, and then, you know, stuff that's already being ticked off. I'm like slowly getting through them. And then this is my self-care catalog, and I don't know if you can tell, but I'm quite rubbish at self-care. I'm really quite bad. I wanted to have like an essential oil recipe to be able to put in my air humidifier, purifier thing. And so far I really like lemongrass and peppermint, but yeah, as you can tell, like I don't have much else. And then right here, ooh, my favorite page, this is my recipes. I love having a list of stuff that I know that I can always go back to. So right here we have breakfast, we have meals, and we have like little snacks. And I kind of did like a little line drawing of like fresh foods. This, if I'm not wrong, is fennel. Yeah, I just like the small little things. So these are important notes that I just want to keep handy with me. this is a travel log. These are local places I'm gonna go, and these are places overseas. I just want to track like new places that I've explored and, you know, places that I like. And this is kind of like my to-go editing page almost. And then these are like big ideas and plans that I kind of want to flesh out properly. And this is a post-production kind of references, archives kind of thing. And then the last page for my setup before we get into January is my recurring tasks. So as I've said, every month I like to go through like my goals, I like to tally up my finances, I like to do all of that. So I write all of them here. And I also like to have a weekly one where I do housework, where I get groceries, where I have my evaluations for the goals to be able to tally, you know, it's just kind of like a compound thing, and then setting up next week's spread. So with that, we've come to the end of the setup. If you want to see January and February's flip through, you can tune in to my next video. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, if you want me to do more bullet journaling stuff, because I'm so into it. Like, I'm embarrassed to say how much I freaking love it. So if you do, please let me know. I will love to do more videos for you guys. And, you know, thumbs it up, subscribe to my channel. I feel very paiseh, like kind of saying it. But, you know, giving me a thumbs up is a very good way to show me that you like this kind of content and you want more. So I would really appreciate it. Don't forget to also turn on your notifications. And I will see y'all very soon. Bye! I can't, it's like too far, I can't reach, so I'll just be like, bye!